Superior Defender Gundam Force. That weird toy line and cartoon that existed in the early 2000s. It was like an American sorta toy line of Gundam, especially SD Gundam. And it was a pretty cool toy line. I genuinely enjoy SD Gundam. And I just recently got the SD Gundam Force version of the Guntank and Guncannon. These guys came in a 2-pack. And I love them, man. I love these old SD Gundam figures. They have their own chunk to them. They feel really nice in quality. And I mean, come on, it's SD Gundam, but it's, you know, when I do SD Gundam, I do the SD Gundam Force figures. I don't really do the model kits much. But if you're wondering, how do they scale with the model kits? I just got myself the Cross Silhouette RX-78-2, and I think these guys might scale really nice with it. No, they don't. Sorry. Here's the Cross Silhouette RX-78-2. As you can see, the scale is way off. It doesn't match at all. I mean, if the RX was about this size, then it would probably scale fine. It was about that size, but it's not that size. Really cool kit, though, the Cross Silhouette stuff. But I like these a lot. Comparing them with their kit versions, here is the kit version of the Guncannon, that being the HGUC Revive. And in my opinion, it's the definitive Guncannon to get. Look at that, man. I mean, you can tell it's definitely SD'd. It looks really cool. The details are pretty much all there. It even has some numbers on the SD figure. I really like that. So here's that comparison. And this is kind of a funny comparison because the difference is kind of minor. Here it is with the HGUC version of the Guntank. And as you can see, besides kind of the color of the cockpit, because the cockpit's just painted here, and this one actually has a real cockpit, and some of the proportions, I mean, look at the bottom. The bottom doesn't look that different at all. Isn't that interesting? I mean, just comparing the size of the bottoms, I mean, the SD's a little more squat, but if you want to use the SD bottom for the HGUC, and I'll kind of show that later and why you might want to do that, you can. So let's talk about the Guntank first, because he's here. So he pretty much shares the same articulation as this guy, except this guy has a little more range in the head. You can move the HGUC a little bit more. This one is very limited in the head. You can just move it just a little bit. You can move the turrets up and down. You can move the arms in and out. You can swivel the bicep, and you can hinge the elbow, and you can turn the hands. You can't turn the waist on this one, unfortunately. Unlike this one, where you can actually turn the waist and get a little bit of... Whoa! His backpack just total... I'll have to get that later. But yeah, he doesn't have real working treads on this one, unfortunately. This one, however, does. Look at that. Real working treads. That's why you might want to switch them out. I'm not sure how easy it would work. Let's take a look. So this guy, I'm pretty sure, is just a peg right there, you can see. Then this guy is actually really interesting how to separate it, because it actually does separate and come undone. Because, please don't break, please don't break. Oh my gosh, please don't break. I'm so scared to do this every single time. It does not want to come off. Oh my gosh. Whew, my. Okay, it's like it's not meant to, but it's actually meant to. Okay, come on. Come on, dude, I believe in you. You can do, okay. Whew. That was scary. Anyways, he comes apart because, look, he has a core block. It's not just a core block, though. It actually transforms into the Core Fighter. Look at that. Little SD version of the Core Fighter. Isn't that so cool? I don't believe the nose cone moves at all, but you just flip out the wings and you flip up the nose cone. The tail fin does stay. You can even see up in there is a slot where the tail fin goes into. Easiest way to do it is to just kind of put it in there and then put it on, even though it does have pegs. It doesn't really work if you attach that on first. But just out of curiosity, if you'd want to modify this and have like the HGUC top body on the SD lower half and have real working treads, you could probably do that. I mean, it looks fine to me. You could probably do that if you want to. So that's really cool. Honestly, this Guntank is amazing, and I really like it. You can see how the clips work. You can see why they don't really come off that easily, because they almost look like those clips that are supposed to go in and never come undone. There we go. Not easy to get it on either. But yeah, I'm probably never going to take them apart ever again. So there is the SD Guntank. That's really cool. Let's get Guncannon back. That backpack, I don't even... It's under my desk somewhere. I heard it, but I know it's not lost forever. So there's that. And then let's talk about the Guncannon, because I love the Guncannon. So this is Kai Shiden's awesome mobile suit. Hayato also used it more, but Kai mostly used this, and Hayato mostly used the Guntank. This is also a really good figure, but it's not as... It's lacking in some stuff, like the legs. The legs, they move back more than they move forward. Why? Look, that's all they move forward, and look how far back they move. Why? Why did you design it like that? And then these can come off, and you'll see why. That's so awful. I mean, you can get them in a run, which is nice. It's a good pose, but you can't get them to move forward at all. No knees, like a lot of these SD figures. You do have a ball joint at the foot there, so you do get a little bit of a pivot. Shoulders, move that much. Elbow, wrist swivel. And then the head does swivel as well. And of course you can see the cannons move. And then he also does not have a swivel at the waist because like the Guntank, he also has, oh come on, oh there we go, a core block and a core fighter. And it's also the exact same thing. You know, it unfolds and it's the core fighter, which is really sweet. It's so cool. I really do appreciate that detail. Then it also, you know, can peg on there, and then you can peg the body on, which I think it works better for the Guncannon to do that. But you can see, look, he's a little crooked because it didn't want to tab on the other side. So like Guntank, easiest way to do is just to pop the core block in there, and then let's just get that off. Core block, and then clip it. Maybe this will work. I don't know. Come on. Ugh. See, it's not... Ah, come on. You're on camera, man. You gotta freaking cooperate. Whew. I mean, I'm worried I'm gonna break the damn thing, but at the same time, I'm not. Come on. Oh. And see, look, let's take that core block out. And look at how easy it is without the core block. Isn't that funny? But he does come with his beam rifle. You can see right there. It actually does have a hinge for the scope, which I appreciate. You can actually get it positioned where it's over his eye, per se. You can get it like that. That looks really nice. And then, here is another comparison with the HGUC. I mean, they just look so cool next to each other, honestly. I really dig that. I mean, what else can I say? Now, these do come off pretty easy because he also has the missile pod option, which is really sweet. The original HGUC had this option, but unfortunately the Revive did not. This is the first time I've actually ever put these on. And you can get them with the missile pods, and that looks really cool. I like the missile pods. He didn't use them as much as the cannons. He's really known for the cannons more than the missile pods. But still, I appreciate that. I really do. And these can also come off easy if you need them to. Here, let's keep one missile pod, one cannon on. And then there is one last gimmick that they advertise, and this is pretty predictable. They actually advertise this on the box. Unfortunately, I don't think you can do anything with the Guntank's cannons in cooperation with the... Oh my gosh, I forgot I was going to do this. Now I got to take Guntank apart again. Ugh. Come on, oh, there we go. Oh my gosh. I'll just take the core block out. They advertise on the box you can swap their torsos. And then, oh my gosh, get in there. This is not fun. It's those clips, they're just not the best system. There we go. There's Guntank, and then there's Guncannon, or Guncannon tank and Guntank cannon. They did advertise this. This was an intended feature. It's cute. It's quirky. I like them. And I recommend this set, honestly. If you're a fan of SD Gundam, especially the original SD Gundam Force toy line, I highly recommend this set. Especially with these little core fighters, too. I didn't really expect these, but I'm really happy with them. And if you're wondering if they made a matching Gundam, they did. It's not as easy to get as this set. I don't have the matching Gundam set yet, but it also does come with the G-Fighter. So that's a really big plus. Unfortunately, they didn't really make anything else from the classic Gundam show besides these guys. But you know what, man? It's all good. It's all good. I still really like this set, and I highly recommend this set. I think it's a really cool set. As an SD Gundam fan, ever since I was a kid, I love these, and I'm happy to have them. So there we go, guys. There's my review of the SD Gundam Force Guncannon in Guntank 2-pack. I made this review because I'm pretty sure there really isn't going to be a lot of other reviews of this thing out there. There we go. Make sure to come like and subscribe. Check out my social media links down in the description below. as well as my P.O. Box address and frequently asked questions. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Adios. Now, go get going, pushing Zaku's off ledges, man. That's what God intended.